everyone, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. If you've been watching me for a while, then maybe you can guess that when I like a book, I match my makeup to it, or try to match my makeup to it. And I did! I tried my best! So as you can tell, I really liked this one. I got this as an ARC, so thank you so much for the publisher for sending me this book to review. And I was only planning to, just review the book and see what it's about. It is a debut novel, but I not only had to sit down and talk about it, but to also match my physique with the book because I liked it so much. This is The Last Refuge by, and I'm going to butcher this and I'm so sorry, by Christina Bacilieri. I'm sorry. I should have asked how to pronounce the name before I filmed, but I got too excited. A little bit about the author before we get into the book, because I think it's super wholesome and not only interesting, but very cute. At the core of this book is found family because of her relationship with her grandmother and mom and family, and that just is so personal, and I love when authors do that, like when they share a little personal tidbit about their books and what made them write something like that, so I thought that was very cute. Magic will transform you. Power could destroy you. Actions will define you. Kiera Van Dier told herself she'd only agreed to this scheme for the money, that nothing else had drawn her to this venture. But you can't lie to the truest parts of yourself. For 16 years, she's hidden her burning curiosity for magic, knowing that one misstep would mean certain death at the hands of Atera's merciless leaders, the all-powerful ruling board. Just when Kiera is on the cusp of securing a stable future for herself and her mother, a cruel twist of fate forces her to commit the worst possible infraction. She trespasses over the border into Irabon, the last refuge for magic, on Atera. Once within, her rare form makes her a target for the warden of the site. To escape the warden and conceal her crime from the ruling board, Kiera must use her strange new powers to battle for her freedom, or die trying. Right out of the bat, my note literally says, first chapter is super freaking intriguing, I love this. And it was, and I'm gonna read you actually a little bit of the first chapter because I want to share that with you. It was super, super cool. Number 1, Dreamer. Sleep is the time when our body's quiet and our minds open, allowing the veil between the seen and unseen to thin. That's what Kiera's mother had once told her. Nothing good comes from dreaming. Kiera sighed into the darkness. She threw back her bed covers, shaking away the visions burned into her memory. This dream had dogged her for weeks now. It was the same each time, water rippling over stone, the glint of iridescent scales, and a flash of golden eyes with flecks of amber around the pupils, always leaving a deep longing in its wake. After reading the book and knowing what she was dreaming about, that part, rereading that first paragraph, makes me feel so freaking giddy. So we met Kiera and we get a little bit of her background, which was smooth and well written. Then while meeting her friends, we get a little bit of the setting and the little preview of the magic system. If you read this and you think it's interesting in the first chapters, just wait until we trespass into Atera. Just wait, because the magic system there was super, super cool. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just want to tell you because I'm excited about it. So when we go to Atera, when she trespasses, she has a certain power that she finds out about when she reaches the last place that still uses magic, and I guess she never tapped into that place because she's not allowed to. She's not allowed to use magic. She's not allowed to dream. She's not allowed to have powers. It's forbidden. It's punishable by death.
He doesn't like for me to eat the apples with the skin on it. He says the skin's loaded with toxins.
Okay, well, good news. Mac's not here. Just eat it with the skin
I
on it.
don't like it with the skin, Dee. I'm not allowed to eat it with the skin. I'm not allowed.
But when she reaches a place where she's finally safe and trespasses, she immediately gets that power. And there in Atera, in the last place where magic is still used and, pushed and supported and celebrated, we know more about the magic system there and how magic is used. And it is used through arenas, fighting arenas, where fighters would harness sort of their energy, their magic system while fighting, and raise that energy for the earth. Like the more violent, the more there is energy, which is so unique. I don't think I have ever seen that. So the blurb says that this is a mix between The Hunger Games, which I have never read, and Crescent City, which I have never ever read, but I watched The Hunger Games and I've read ACOTAR, which is as close as I can get to read in Crescent City and Hunger Games. And I agree, like as far as my knowledge goes, it's a little like a YA or almost a middle grade mix of those two. It's a mixture between a grimy, cobblestone, grim, dark sort of setting slash a futuristic lasers and drones and bands and brands kind of setting. Scanner and bullet trains, but also cobblestones and castles. So it's super interesting and it felt smooth. I liked the mixture of the two settings. After Kira gets her power, we meet this sort of kingpin of Atira, the sort of underboss, I guess, and the setting gets even better. It is sensational. I mean, the folk people, we get everything. We get centaurs, orcs, and mermaids, pixie, fae, orcs, werewolves, witches, and they're all super unique. It definitely gave Hunger Games, but on a fantasy crack, like Hunger Games base and then ACOTAR crack. And I love that. We also meet Halufeld, who is the kind of kingpin, the ruler of Adara, or the underboss of Adara. If not the boss of Adara, because this is gonna be only the first book and we still got a lot to know. It reminded me of Legend. If you've read the Caraval trilogy, Caraval and the Legend and Final, it reminds me so much of Legend. Like he has the same, but like ruler. Legend, you love him. Halufeld, you probably should not. I mean, so far, first book, you probably should not. And even the setting, actually, it reminded me a little bit of Caraval, walking through the city, apart from the fighting arena, just walking through the city, the tents, the magic. The magic system, by the way, is super unique. I don't think I've ever seen this. It is based on, I think I can share this, it's not technically a spoiler, but it is based on crystals. Like this, like normal crystals that we have in this world, but they have power and they harness power, and whether you believe in that or not in real life, but in this book it is magnified and it is amazing, and it's again super unique in my opinion. The arena though, I kept going back to the arena because it is a fascinating magic system. I loved it. Like they fight and then the earth takes the power that they raise from the violence. I love that. Also, the friendship is very sweet. When Kira gets an offer, she spends some time in the magic city and we meet a few people. And we establish relationships, we create relationships, and they are super sweet. The friendship slash romance and friendship slash sisterhood, not connected, they're different, are super wholesome. And there is something that I didn't expect. It wasn't in the handles, it wasn't in the summary, it wasn't anywhere, but I'm gonna share it because I know that it got me. But Sapphic. Am I biased? Yes. Does it matter? No. But Sapphic. I mean, that is an immediate plus for me, my dudes. An immediate plus for me. I didn't expect it. It is so cute. It is so freaking cute. Let's talk about the negatives before we leave. There aren't much, which is why I'm sitting here talking to you about the book, but still. I felt as if it was a bit of an information dump for me, and looking back at it now, I don't know if I still hold to that opinion, but I still want to mention it because I felt like that at a certain point. At the beginning of the book, it just felt like a little bit of an information dump for me. It was a little rushed, like we just met her and then went on the train and then we go in and there's a setting and a lot of magic system, and I had to take I needed to concentrate so I would get everything. I also wish it were more vocal on the descriptions, on the settings, as it is on the action. Like when there's action in the book, it is description after description. It is vivid. It is vivid. It gives you a goddamn image. It is vivid. But then on the settings, even though it does describe them wonderfully, but I wish it were more because I get confused easily. Details. Give me details. I want to know what color the tents are. I want to know the texture of the colors. I want to know everything. This one is not really a negative, but I did want to still mention it because it did bother me a little bit while reading. It's about the magic system. There are a lot of different magic systems. Like I said, we have a lot of fae folk. We have a lot of folk. We have mermaids, pixies, witches, werewolves, orcs, shifters, a lot of different goddamn powers. Each one of them described on its own is amazing and wonderfully done, but all of them together just feel divided somehow. I guess a little bit disconnected, because we have a magic system purely connected to dreams, and then a magic system that is purely crystals, and then a magic system that is purely like natural and connected to certain folk, you know, like a siren song or a certain power or something. And on their own, I loved them so much, and every time we got more, like we meet a new creature and we know more about their magic system, I get all excited. But as a whole, it just felt a little bit disconnected. As a whole though, it is a very, very unique book. However, it ends on a cliffhanger. A really stupid cliffhanger. Not stupid bad, like stupid because why would you do that? It ends on a really big and dumb cliffhanger. I want the second book so badly. This is the start and the first book of what will be a trilogy, and super excited to read the rest actually because of the goddamn cliffhanger. I mean, it's bad. The cliffhanger is bad, you know, it's terrible bad. The book is out for grabs, and I'm gonna leave some sort of link in the description if you're interested in the book. Oh, also, this book is for everyone, okay? There's no profanity, there's no, you know, spice, there's nothing risque, there's nothing like that, and it's super, super lovely. Like I said, it's YA, but it also reads as middle grade, so that's very safe. The vibes that I felt while reading this were so cute, like so cute. I felt comforted, you know. Sometimes I read a book and I'm just like, oh, you know, like it feels like a book hugged me. That's sad and pathetic, but that's how it felt. Okay, other than that though, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'm gonna see you next video.